Hey guys, it's me, Psych. I am not even gonna do the regular intro today because I've been waiting to film this video for way too long, honey. We're gonna get right into it. But how sick was that intro? By the way, I literally feel like a superstar. So cool. I'm finally coming out with my very own eyeshadow palette. If you have not heard, honey, you're living under a rock or you're not following me on everything, which you should be following me on everything. Let's be real. The tea is that I am coming out with my very own 22 color eyeshadow palette with BH Cosmetics. And it's this bad boy right here. Like, how gorgeous is it? Let's take a moment. Isn't she beautiful? I know. I never thought that this would be a possibility for me, ever. I never created a YouTube channel thinking I was gonna come out with my own makeup. And it's your guys' support that was constantly asking, you know, when I'm coming out with makeup, that you would love to see something from me, that you would buy it and give me all your money, like literally. I love you guys. That's when I started thinking, like, you know, maybe this is a possibility for me and maybe it's a goal I should probably set for myself. And then from there, it was always just about me wanting to make sure when the time did come to create a product that I would choose a brand that I really loved and respected, and that would be reasonable and understanding and give me the creative freedom that I would want and need to make a product that I am proud of and make a product for my S Club to be proud of. And that time came sooner than I freaking thought, you guys. It took a little over a year to create this palette, like such a long time, and I'm the worst secret keeper too, so I don't know how I didn't reveal this. Like, I don't know how I didn't mess up. I've been wearing it like low-key, I've been obsessed with it high-key. But a year ago when I did meet the entire BH team, it was like it was meant to be because I've honestly been so obsessed with BH for a very long time. They're like one of the only brands that I actually have a code for. Code SYLVIA. That's not coincidence. Like, I've always felt this strong connection with BH Cosmetics just because they are a great brand with great products for an affordable price. And I have always been about that. And you guys probably don't even know this, but one of the very first palettes that I bought myself was a BH Cosmetics palette because they were so affordable. It was like only thing I could buy. And I'm gonna try and find a clip of it. I'm pretty sure I had it up until I destroyed it in a DIY YouTube video because it was probably like expired and not good to use anymore. But anyways, so it's really come full circle. The fact that my very first palette I bought myself was BH Cosmetics, and then I met the team. It was great vibes. I really liked them. And then I slowly built this relationship with the brand and it just made sense. Like, I really loved their team. They loved me, and we just knew that we could create something really special together. And that's when I was just all on board and spent a year creating this thing that I really put my all into. And that being said, it is the very first product collab that I've ever made. So it was a big learning experience, but it's been the greatest experience of my life. I know that I chose the perfect brand to do this with. They worked with me on everything. They really let me take control and just were there to kind of guide me and bring my vision to life, which was all that I wanted with my first collab. And I am very grateful to them and to you guys for making this happen, like, first of all. And I started this video being really excited, but then now I'm like, as I'm like talking about it, I'm like getting really emotional and like trying not to cry because this is a happy moment. But when I really talk about it, like, it's just insane. It's so crazy. When I bought that first BH Cosmetics palette, did I ever think that like I would make a palette with this brand myself and like have my name on it? Obviously, freaking never. Never. Did I ever think anybody would even want to watch me do makeup? Like, no. So this is just too much. I need to calm down. 1 second. And you know, like, it's been a really tough year, but this is probably, it is the greatest thing that happened to me this year. And as much as I was all like, you know, let's throw 2018 away, I don't want to throw this part of 2018 away because I'm just so proud of myself. Like, ew, I'm just so happy with it, you know? But let's just hold on the sappiness for now. I'll try and hold it together. So let's talk packaging now. When you first get the palette, this is what it's gonna look like. It has this little carton slip that it comes in. It shows all the shades of the palette right on there at the very front. And the back of it has the ingredients and then also the same blurb that it has on the back of the actual palette. But with the packaging, I wanted something elegant and kind of timeless that was classy and just chic, you know? It's matte black with the gloss snake print on top. And when you actually feel this pattern, it's actually raised raised from the palette. So I don't know what they call that, if it's embossed or whatever it is. By the way, I'm so sorry about these 2 nails. Your girl's been so busy, I can't even get them fixed. Because it's like this raised pattern here and you can actually feel the texture of the snake print, it just makes it feel so much more luxurious and sexy. Like, yeah, it feels sexy. It has the gold accents. In the center is this big logo. It says SYLVIA GANI Beauty. And then the bottom corners have these gold accents as well. And then when you look at the palette flat, it kind of looks like a gold sandwich in the center there. So it really just, it looks luxe, but it's affordable and it's good. So that's what I was going for. BH Cosmetics really pushed themselves, which I appreciate so much. And they were so patient and really went back and forth with me on formulas and packaging and all that to really give me the best that they could give me, and they went above and beyond. And you guys are gonna see that when you use this palette. And in the back of the palette, it says, embrace the artistic brilliance of social media beauty star SYLVIA GANI. Ooh. If you say so. With this versatile 22 color shadow palette featuring an array of richly pigmented matte and shimmer shades, 8 shimmers, 14 mattes to be specific. Accessoring your eyes with the infinite effects has never been easier. Create dramatic depth with luxe jewel tones and warm neutral hues, or amp up everyday glam with romantic berry and intense dark shades. You can do it all, basically, is what it's saying. So now let's open up the palette to see those beautiful shades. Oh, isn't she pretty? So inside we got the same black and gold theme, but we have a big rose right there. And you know we're making roses our thing here on the SYLVIA GANI channel. I got roses all up on my merch. I just think they're so pretty, so trendy, so feminine, so fun. So I wanted to put that on the palette as well. I think it's beautiful and it goes with that elegant kind of timeless theme that I was going for. And when coming up with the shades in the palette, I really wanted to choose the shades that I thought were like vital. If I wanted one palette for the rest of my life, what shades would I want to put in it that I would actually use and still be able to create a lot of the looks that I love. So of course, you guys know I'm a neutral girl. We got those necessary neutrals in there. And then I also wanted to include pops of color, but that are wearable and the ones that I really gravitate towards. So we've got the burgundies, we got purples. I love purple, especially on brown or hazel eyes. Purple is beautiful. And then the green and the blue are really great pops of color as well. And then all of the names of the shadows are printed right on top in that same gold lettering. So it's very easy to read and easy to navigate. We'll get into the names and all that when I start swatching, but basically the names are all just stuff that really means something to me. Some of them you might recognize, some of them I will explain when we go through them. And then we have this big mirror that you can literally see your whole face. The palette itself is very lightweight despite that really big mirror being in there. I wanted it still to be very practical, travel friendly, so it is super lightweight, very slim. You can just like pack it between your clothes and take it anywhere with you. And then right below the mirror we have a really nice little personal touch that I was very excited about. I obviously did this specifically for my loyal supporters because I just felt like if I was buying something from somebody that I really admired, I would love to have something so personal of theirs to just cherish and have forever. So if you care about that, it's there. If you don't, the palette's still bomb, so you can still enjoy the rest of it. Quick disclaimer before we swatch. First of all, I'm not the greatest swatcher, but I'll try my best. Second of all, swatching is not the greatest way to know how the shades and formula will perform on your lid because we're swatching on my arm with no eyeshadow primer. I recommend wearing these shadows with an eyeshadow primer as I normally would. The shimmer shades can be the most intense if you're using a damp brush or packing it on with your finger, just as most shimmer shades are. And then the matte deep dark shades, you're not normally like swiping them as you would a swatch. You're gonna be packing those on as like deepening colors. Always have to throw that disclaimer out there that you can't really rely on the swatches to know exactly how it's gonna look on your lid because it's not the same technique as you would apply it on your lid, you know? The first shade is called Wolf. It's this matte bone color. It's hard to see obviously because of my skin tone. I wanted this shade for like that perfect matte brow bone highlight or even to just dust all over the lid to like set your eyeshadow primer. And it's obviously named after my baby, my firstborn, Wolfie Jr., my little wolf, my little polar bear. Both my fur babies of course had to have a shade named after them, which brings me to the second shade, Prince, after my secondborn. And this is like a really rich champagne shimmer that you could also use to highlight your brow bone. This is a blinding inner corner highlight as well. The third shade is named Channel. And that's obviously because of the way I basically start every single one of my videos. Only my true S Club will know how to pronounce that shade, and I love that. It's like a little inside joke, you know? This is a gorgeous like mustard shade that I really, really love as a transition shade for a lot of bold, colorful looks. The next one is another matte shade. It'll go well with like any cool toned eyeshadow looks that you're doing as a transition shade, and it's called Obsessed, because that's basically how I describe everything I really love. If you haven't noticed, that and Bomb. I should have named one Bomb. The next one is called S Club, which is another transition shade. It's this really nice warm toned brown, probably gonna be the one that I dip into the most. And the shade after that is called Ginger. It is this gorgeous orange shade, and when thinking of these names, I consulted with my childhood best friend Alana. She is a redhead, and she insisted that I name this shade Ginger. It also suits the shade, so of course I named it Ginger. And this shade is a bomb crease color, and the shade after that is called Rosé. Your girl loves rosé, and I thought it also really suited the shadow. In this one, I tried to make this perfect shimmery rose gold shade. It's got some glitter in there, so it definitely reflects the light, literally like a jewel on your eyelid. It's beautiful. The shade after that is called Goddess, and this is the perfect yellow gold shimmer. It's the only gold that I like to use now, and this has been really hard to kind of keep secret over the past year because I use it all the time. Also, the pigment on these shimmer shadows is like insane. They just glide right on. They're like butter. The shade after that is called Queen. I really want to choose a lot of names that are all about empowering women, because that's just something that like I'm all for. Women supporting women, it's important. But for sure, this one and Goddess, I had my mom in mind because she loves bronze gold shimmers, and obviously both of those describe my mother. The next one is called October. It's this very rich, warm toned brown. This would work great as a transition shade for a deeper skin tone or a great crease color as well. And it's called October because your girl was born in October. The next shade is called Sisterhood. It is this beautiful berry color, definitely a bomb fall color too, and especially if the holidays around the corner, a nice cranberry eye. Honey. And the next shade, which is called Self Love. If you're using Sisterhood as like a sweep of color all over the lid, and then you'd pop Self Love right in the center, such an easy bomb cranberry eye. The next one is called Wild Child, and it's like this royal, rich, shimmery purple shade. I called it Wild Child because it kind of reminds me of like a free spirit, you know? And the next one is called Independent. It is this matte Barney purple almost. I feel like purple is like a bold color, but it's still very wearable, you know? The next one is called Rebel, Blueberry Blue shade. I really love that shade, but I knew it'd be like the one in the palette that kind of will scare people away. So I called it Rebel because channel your inner rebel and try this shade out because it's not going to disappoint you. It is beautiful if you're packing it on the lid and really can be the focal point of any makeup look. The next one is called Underrated. It's kind of like this gray transition shade. I called it Underrated because I think that this shadow is going to probably be the one that's the most overlooked in the palette, but you should not overlook it. This is going to be a great cool tone transition shade, and it also is gorgeous to wear all over the lid. You know how Kylie Jenner's makeup artist usually does that a lot, and it looks like she just has this like one perfect brown shade all over her lid? That will be this shade, so try it out. The next one is called Bear, but this is like the perfect cool toned dark brown that you basically need for a lot of different looks. I like to line my lash line. I like to deepen up on the outer corner with this brown. I actually use it to like fill in my hairline, which I really like it for, so it's kind of versatile. I mean, I called it Bear because obviously it's brown. It kind of resembles a bear, but also because that is the nickname that I gave my little brother, Adam. I always call him Bear, so I wanted to name a shade after him in the palette as well, and he was all happy about it. Next up is Hazel, and that's like this green shade that honestly swatched very terribly, mostly because I was going way up my arm and it was very difficult with all my jiggliness going on. You know, don't judge it by that swatch because it is the most gorgeous, like rich forest green color. I feel like this particular green is really hard to come across, so I definitely wanted to put the perfect green in my palette, and having it next to that Bear shade, I feel like you can really see the potential of it. And I called this one Hazel for my sister. She helped me came up with this shade, and she has hazel eyes and she loves the color green, and she's like, call that one Hazel. And the second last shade in the palette is called Night Owl, and it is this deep dark purple shade. Perfect if you want to create a purple eye with those other purples in the palette and you just deepen it up on the outer corner. This is also a great purple for the lower lash line if you're trying to create a smoldering eye. I called that one Night Owl because your girl's a night owl. I like working at nighttime, definitely not a morning person, and I thought it suited the shade because it's all dark and moody. And then the last shadow in the palette is the black, and I just needed a very rich matte black, something that you don't have to spend forever layering. Blacks and palettes are usually like gray and they take forever to build, but this black is so rich, like you should probably even be careful with it, but it's like the perfect shade to run along your lash line to make your lashes look thicker, deepen up your outer corner for any look, and it's just like the perfect black. I'm literally never gonna use any other black because this one's perfect. So those are all of the eyeshadows that I tried to all keep on this one arm. On this arm, I swatched the 2 highlight shades. So we have Libra, which is like this peach color highlight shade that I think would be great for deeper skin tones. Also, this shade is beautiful as like a body highlight. And obviously this is called Libra because your girl's a Libra representing out here. You see how beautiful that is? Oh, we love Libra. We love it. This highlight has less of like the chunky glitter in it, and it's more of like the natural unclockable highlight, but it's still super blinding as you can see. And then last but not least, we have Opal, which is another highlight shade. This one can be used a lot of ways because it doesn't have a very strong base color to it. You can either use it as a glitter topper because there is a lot of glitter in this one. You can see when I kind of like swipe my finger over the swatch here, it kind of like diffuses the shadow a little bit, and you can see you're left with just like that really beautiful glittery veil of shimmer basically. So I've tried that on so many different eye looks, just dusting it on top, and it just works as a really nice glitter topper. I already have Libra as a highlight right now, but dusting Opal on top of that, you guys are not ready. Do you see that? Like it just takes your highlight to the next level, and it's because those little glitter specks in it are gonna reflect that light super intensely and just make your highlight pop in. So I've already primed my lid using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. I'm gonna first go in with Wolf and just apply that right on my brow bone. It is that gorgeous matte bone color. Next, going in with S Club, place that right on the crease and above and into the brow bone. And this is that perfect warm toned neutral brown transition shade. And just taking October to deepen up my crease. We're also gonna focus out on the outer corner here. Now I'm gonna go in with Queen, apply that all on my lid where I haven't yet put any shadow, and we're gonna blend that into that deeper brown outer corner. Now I'm gonna take the black shade on Apologetic, and I'm gonna line my lashes with it and then also kind of create a wing. I'm just gonna blend that out and flick it into a shadow wing. Now you can pack this black shade on, and then I'm gonna connect that wing to the lower lash line. And then now I'm gonna use Goddess as an inner corner highlight. This is literally the perfect gold. It is gorgeous, and I've been loving a pop of yellow in the inner corner. So I just threw on some mascara and lashes, and this is the completed eye look. So this is the final makeup look with my eyes now done. Honestly, these shadows are so pigmented. They go on so smoothly. They all blend well into each other. You can create so many looks. I really truly believe that it is for everybody of every age. So you better be getting one for your mama, your grandma, your dad, and your grandpa, and even your pets this Christmas. Okay, everyone better get one in their stocking because it's the palette of the season, I'll tell you that much. If I do say so myself. But final details of the launch. Everyone get out your notepad, write this down. It retails for $24. It is sold exclusively on the BH Cosmetics website. It is launching on Wednesday, December 5th at 11:30 a.m. PST. Put an alarm on your phone right now. I'm gonna wait. All right, good job, you did it. Thank you so much. Right now we have a sign up link that you can go put your email and sign up to get alerted. You get early access to purchase the palette hours before it actually launches. So if you are worried about the palette selling out, or you really are keen on getting this palette, which I hope you are, fingers crossed, you can go ahead and click the link down below to sign up for that early access of it. It is shipping internationally for all my S Club all over the world to be able to get it, so don't worry about that. And that's basically all the info on it. I'm gonna continue to use this palette in future videos. I'm gonna be posting so many looks in the upcoming days leading up to the launch. Make sure you guys are following me, turn your notifications on for every one of my socials so you can get hyped with me, see all the content that I'm dropping surrounding this palette. And I hope you guys are just as excited for it as I am. I truly believe that this palette is magic, and it's just in time for the holiday season, so make sure to put it on your Christmas list and tag me in all things related to the palette. I'm following you guys, I'm reposting you guys, I'm replying, liking, everything. I'm gonna be so engaged. But that's all for today's video. I really hope you liked it. Check out these other videos of mine if you haven't seen them yet. I will see you guys in my next one. I love you, I love you, I love you. Bye.